What's going on, everybody? We are here today to talk about the spring practice, spring game, any recruiting that's going on. And we have the distinct pleasure of a wonderful guest that we're going to jump in on right now. But let's hit the intro first. What did you think of the spring game? I wasn't there. You were there. What anything that stood out to you at the spring game?
Yeah, just first off, the energy there was good. I think for the fan experience, I would like to think like they try to make it as good as possible. They obviously it's not a big crowd, 5,500 there is what they say. So hopefully the fans had a good experience. The ones that were able to attend, I think they've kind of tried to make improvements. This is their third year they've had it there. They actually moved the bleachers up onto the track, so you're a little bit closer. So atmosphere wise, maybe a little bit better, and hopefully everybody was able to kind of track things. I will say personally, it was a little hard, maybe even more difficult than normal on tracking everything. So what they did was a little bit of one-on-ones in the beginning. They go into some team drills, which was 11 on 11. It looked like a spring game in a sense, and that, but they didn't take players to the ground. So they're kind of going up and down the field, offense, defense. After they did that for about 20, 30 minutes, then they get into this game, 11 on 11. And full tackling and things like that. But it wasn't like an orange and green game. It wasn't. They didn't keep score. They actually ran a lot of hurry up stuff, so it's hard to keep track of. I didn't talk to other reporters about keeping stats, but I always try to keep stats because doesn't provide that. So I actually went back and I kind of had some voice cues on my videos, and then went ahead and watched the videos back to get true statistics. So it was fast paced. It felt overwhelming. I overheard some fans like, "Who was that? What number is this guy? Who's going on?" So returners have changed numbers and a lot of new players. So in totality, I thought it was a good for what they wanted to do. It was good to get a good look at Darian Mensah. I had him for 14 of 19, 146 yards, 3 touchdowns. I liked his touchdown passes, all 3 of them into the end zone. He had a 29-yarder, 33-yarder, and then a 5-yarder. So all those balls were thrown right there at the end zone. So that was good to see. And then disappointing, didn't get a chance to see Malachi Toney in the spring game. He was there doing one-on-ones. Same way with Mark Fletcher, did some team drill stuff, but neither of those guys participated in the tackling, which those are your 2 headliners in addition to the new quarterback. So that would have been nice to see. But all in all, it was fine, I guess. I think there were some productive moments on both sides of the ball.
Well, was there any particular reason that Malachi, Tony, and Mark Fletcher didn't participate? Are they injured or not injured? They sat him out.
Yeah, probably just don't want them to get injured. They've not been held out from when we've been out there at spring practices when we're allowed to be out there. They haven't. It wasn't something that they had dealt with. There were other players that were kind of in and out of spring practices that were held out, but those 2 guys just did not participate. Like I said, they were in full uniform earlier or on that same day doing the other stuff. They just didn't do the team stuff there or the spring game stuff.